The Sawpit Creek boat ramp, Big Talbot Island. This is a Florida State Park facility. Here you go. There's Lake Sawpit. It is coming back. Said we had a water shortage. Lake Sawpit. Old Lake Sawpit. This is the jewel of the Florida park system right here. Here was worthless when it was built. You can see at a lower tide you couldn't bring a boat up to it because you couldn't get in and out. I don't know if they meant it as a fishing pier, which was detrimental to folks using the boat ramp, but it's been gone for about 10 years at least. Never repaired, just left to just be skeletons out in the water. The ramp floating dock itself was damaged a year or two ago. They did come in and repair that, but if you look on the side over here, this bracket is intact. This bracket is intact. This one's completely gone. And this one, you might as well say is gone. It's broken in half and rusting. And I'm a little surprised that this floating dock is hanging in. I guess these are holding it in place. Pilings are in really bad shape. Look at that. Really bad shape. What they ought to do is put a floating dock over here, and I'll drop back. The reason why is, if you noticed on the low tide, it's going to get lower and lower. Still has a few hours of going out, but once it gets low, you can only tie up one boat here. We've got an outgoing tide now, so you can imagine, ideally a boat on this side so people can launch. That happens and we get by with it, but low tide, only one boat can really come in here. There's no cleaning tables here, so if anybody has to clean fish here at the dock, then others have to wait as they come in. What happens, the kayakers come down and they either park here to launch. I don't blame them. And then you've got this little turn in here. It has a no parking tow-away zone sign here. But what they ought to do is move this, lengthen this area here. You can see the people have already kind of beat it down, but move it on out a little bit further. And for some reason they put this corner right here. I guess it looked good on paper. The designer must have had a square and didn't have one of those curved things, but I don't understand why this corner has to be here. Why don't they just round it off and bring it through there? So when you come down to make this turn, you just make your turn. I can make it with my boat, my truck, but some people can't. And so you can just make that turn right there, straighten out and back in. But making this a little bit longer and putting up maybe a sign to encourage the kayakers or whoever wants to unload to pull up in there, and they can unload their kayaks and then come over here and put a kayak launch right here. And you know, a nice one, make it nice, and that way the kayakers are not, you know, they have to unload. We got a kayaker coming in right now. Prime example. Could pull in there, unload their gear, And if they had us kayak launch over here, they could just launch right there, and then people could freely launch their boats there. But it being really an only one boat ramp, that's another thing. They could just widen this a little bit, put the floating dock over here a little bit, you know, another 8 feet, and have a two boat ramp. Floating dock, have the float dock go out, tee it off, and make it a prime boat ramp. But as it is, unfortunately, I wouldn't really call it a jewel of the Florida park system. To ask yourself, why do they let the park get such in bad shape? This dock behind us here, that one good storm and it's gone. And you know they'll close the ramp down like they did a couple years ago. They had it closed for months and months and months. My opinion, they really don't want the ramp here. It's a maintenance issue. They have to maintain it, and I think they really don't want to. I haven't done a search yet as to how much property Big Talbot Island Park has, but this is really the only boat access on the north end of Big Talbot, and I think they just soon go away. For us recreational boaters, it's really the only access we have. On the other hand, you come out here and you'll see the little researchers from the state. They're studying the birds and the turtles and the grasses and whatever, and I think they feel like it's just their own personal little research facility, and to hell with us boaters. You got to wonder, with all the money that the state of Florida has, that they've got visitors coming in, and you've got bed tax monies, and you've got tourist money, and you got I don't know how many thousands of new people moving in and paying for impact fees and whatever. You would think that the state would have a little bit of money that they could put into a park as small as this. I mean, all it would take would be another floating dock over there, a tee off of this dock, redo the parking lot a little bit better, put in a kayak ramp, and it would be an amazing facility. Yet they've let it just go to heck, you know. They've let it go to hell, and I think the plan is just I mean, if this dock blows away, you better believe it's going to be months and months and months before they rebuild it. And if it's there's a chance they'll just close the whole thing because you won't have access to it. So I would implore our state reps, our governor, whoever, to get on somebody's butt and have them fix the dang thing and improve it so we can use it.